Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Henry, and today I want to tell you a little bit about how you can grow your back with just pull-ups. Everyone wants to grow their back. Hell, everyone wants to grow muscle, and the back is one of the most aesthetic parts of your body you can grow. If you do it right, you can develop wings on your back and you could probably fly away if you try hard enough. So make sure you stick around. I'll give you guys all the reasons why pull-ups are so great for your back. So I started as a weak small guy with no back. I used to do pull-ups in high school at a training center for high school athletes, but I was never super consistent with them and I never really developed my back until I started training more seriously, and I've been doing pull-ups for the past 2 years consistently, and I've noticed big changes in my back. I went from having no lat muscles at all to having lat muscles now. And it actually feels kind of weird, you know, something I'm still getting used to. I also hated doing them. They were so hard, so uncomfortable doing pull-ups. And you're probably gonna be very uncomfortable if you have no experience with pull-ups and you're trying to jump in to the pull-ups. So my story with pull-ups have been overwhelmingly positive. I used to suck at them, but now I'm a lot better at them, and I know you can do the same. If you're not that good at them, I know you can get better. It just takes time and practice and a lot of consistency. Now, I think pull-ups are the key to growing your back if you're struggling to do so. Obviously, any exercise can work, but for me, pull-ups have been a game changer. I absolutely love pull-ups. They're the only back exercise I consistently enjoy doing and see myself progress in. I think it's for a few reasons. One of the benefits is you don't need a lot of equipment. You just need resistance bands to help yourself build up to more pull-ups, but that's about it, and they're super cheap. On top of that, pull-ups are really challenging. Anyone can get on a lat machine and do 10 to 20 reps of a lat pull down. But with pull-ups, you need to build up to them. It's actually a skill. The more time you spend doing pull-ups, the better you'll get at pull-ups. So it's not just an exercise, but it's also a skill you develop, because the more you practice with the same technique, the better you'll get at it. So you need to do a lot of pull-ups to get better at them. If you enjoy challenges, then I think this will be really motivating for you, and it'll help you stick to pull-ups in the long term. Even if you have access to a lat pull down machine, I still think pull-ups should be your main exercise. They're so good because they target many muscles in your back, and there's so many different variations you can do. If you want to focus more on biceps, you can do chin-ups. If you want to do more lats, you can do wider pull-ups, really wide grip. However, if you can't do 5 pull-ups, then I still think the lat machine will be a really good exercise to focus on to get the extra volume to build up to more pull-ups, that or band assisted pull-ups. And just going back to how it feels, being able to pull your chin over the bar just feels really good, and the faster and more efficient you get in the technique, the more your confidence grows, the stronger you'll feel. And I think that it's like that serotonin, that boost will help you consistently train the pull-up. Obviously at times you'll have days where you're not gonna have a good workout, but for the most part, you will see progress over a long period of time as long as you're consistent. And that's something I don't really feel with other exercises, because it's not so much technique as it feels more like an exercise, while the pull-up feels like a technique, a skill you can build up over time, especially since you're hanging off a bar with just your hands. And finally, scaling the difficulty isn't that hard. There's a lot of ways to do it, so you don't need a lot to make it easier or harder, which is great as a beginner. Thing to remember is your weight will affect the pull-ups. So the heavier you are, it will be harder to do pull-ups. That's why it's important to keep your diet in check, which I think is another benefit of doing pull-ups as your main exercise, because it helps you keep your diet in check and you don't blow up too much if you do try to bulk. Even 5 to 10 pounds can make pull-ups a little bit harder. So if you feel like you're not progressing in pull-ups, you need to ask yourself, is your weight going up? If your weight's going up, but your numbers are staying almost the same, then you are getting stronger. Now, for growing muscle in general, you need to have a few things in check before you see any results, and that's enough protein, you need enough food, a slight caloric surplus would be good, and you need to make sure you're recovering well. Now for the workout plan, the program, you want to make sure your pull-ups, there's some sort of difficulty added each week, or in the long term, you can maintain a level of difficulty, but that progress will be a lot slower. You will see some gains, but maintaining difficulty and not adding anything is it's like more of a maintenance thing. It's if you want to just chill out for a bit and you don't want to lose anything, but you don't want to gain too much, you know, you're not pushing too much to gain any strength or muscle. But regardless, if you do want to get stronger, bigger back, you do need some sort of progressive overload, which is making the exercise harder variation, adding weights, adding reps, adding sets, shorter rest period. Try to add sets each week. Try to add reps or make it harder in some way, making it slower and more controlled, shorter rest periods. Ideally, you focus on reps or sets first, and then you use the other methods once you feel like you got the most out of your reps and sets. So just keep that in mind. These are the things you need in check before you see any results with the pull-up. If you can't do pull-ups yet, then I recommend using inverted rows as your main exercise, or Australian pull-ups as some people know them. Do that and build up to multiple sets of 10 reps. As a supplementary exercise, you can do your pull-ups, whatever you can do. If you can only do 3, then I'd say do like a couple sets of 1 to 2, or you can do resistance band pull-ups to help that extra volume. But if you're doing less than 5 pull-ups, you're gonna wanna get your extra volume from other exercises like inverted rows, lat pull-down machine, resistance band pull-ups. It takes some time, but you will get more pull-ups in, you will get stronger at the pull-ups. I think pull-ups are an excellent main compound movement for your back. They are difficult, so doing them when you're rested is the best way in my opinion. If you do them after doing sets of lat pull-down machines or bent over barbell rows, inverted rows, whatever, you're gonna struggle. You're not gonna get as many reps as you usually can. So stick them as your first workout on the back day. Now, the beauty of so many pull-up variations is you can focus on 1 to 2 variations. I recommend 1 at the start if you're a beginner, if you're just getting into pull-ups. That could be a wide grip pull-up, a medium grip pull-up, a close grip chin-up, or whatever. And spend 2 to 3 months building reps, building sets on it, adding reps, adding sets, and getting stronger. See how far you can get. You also want to see your technique improve. So you want to be able to explode up to get your chin over the bar quicker and more efficiently, and then control the movement down. Adding reps, sets, improving the technique over the 2 to 3 months is what you should aim to do to keep your workouts from getting stale. At this point, you can add another variation, or you can just switch your variation and focus on something completely different. Because those 2 to 3 months, your body will get used to that variation. And you might even mentally get bored of doing that same pull-up variation unless you change it up. So you can start doing wide grip pull-ups, you can start doing medium grip pull-ups. Change it up. It's gonna be harder at first. So that challenge will keep you mentally stimulated, and then you can build on that, and the better you get, the more refined your technique gets, the more fun you'll have doing that new variation. And then you can repeat the process. Once it starts to get stale, you can change that variation up. So pull-ups are really good for growing your back and even just getting stronger with your pulling strength. Eventually, if you want to make it even harder, you can do challenging variations like a chest to bar pull-up, L-sit pull-ups. You can add weight. You can do archer pull-ups. There are a lot of advanced variations that you can access once you get really good at the basic pull-ups. Pull-ups are just one tool you can use to grow your back. However, in my experience, it's been a great exercise for me to grow my back. I enjoy doing pull-ups, and if you're watching this, I'm assuming you want to do pull-ups or you enjoy doing pull-ups. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you feel the same way about pull-ups how I do. Pull-ups are great. They're not a shortcut, but they're one great tool to grow your back and get stronger. If you've been using pull-ups, leave a comment down below what kind of benefits you've seen from the pull-ups. I hope to see you again. Make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you guys next time.